YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. It is officially 9 o'clock. On my way to go collect some coilovers for the City Golf. Yes, you got that right. This episode again, we will be doing some modifications to the City Golf, installing coilovers, getting the car low. I'm not sure if you saw in the last couple of episodes, the TSWs is back on the car and they are fully refurbished. I didn't really want to expose it because it looks kind of funny with the 165 45 tires on and the car height that it is. But today we will be doing the exciting bits of installing the coilover. So I'm on my way to GP Tires in Grassy Park. They're giving me a good deal on the coilover, so I'll be buying it from them. Arc yellow, but I'll catch you guys when we're there and I'll show you guys the coilovers. Yeah, so we're just going to do a slight unboxing of the Arc racing coilovers. So it's Arc, the yellow ones, not the blue ones. I've been told that the yellow ones have a bit of a higher spring rate than the blue ones, which I feel is better. Or I was told so that it's better. My research shows that it's better. So I went with that one. Let me just do a bit of unboxing. So when I bought it, they opened it obviously to check that everything is good. That's it. We get it comes in a box like that. You open that and then and in the box you get this, and all that's in here is just installation instructions. I've done this countless times, so I don't really need that, but it will just tell you how to install. And then you get your keys. You have two because you have a lock-in ring and then you have an adjustment ring. So they give you two, which is cool. I like the case. I think a couple of years ago when I installed Max Tracks on my Golf, it didn't come in the case. Yeah, so then these will be the front. This will be the actual coilover. It says somewhere here, Sport. This is the front. And it will just be the helper spring, main spring, lock-in ring, adjusting ring. I will be leaving. A lot of people when they do install it, they remove the helper spring for more lows. I don't think I will be going that low. Like, why? It's not my type of scene. Yeah, and these are the radios. Yeah, I mean, I bought new shock mounts as well. Just to be sure, because I don't know if these are the original shock mounts, and once a coilover has a bit of a harder drive, the shock mounts will start showing its wear. So I bought SKP. I bought it from Exclusive in Grassy Park. We'll be installing this as well onto the new coilovers. The rears I didn't need to buy because there isn't any rubber in the rear. It's just metal, so it doesn't wear. So we will just use the same ones of those. But yeah, so that's the unboxing. Let us get on to installing the coilovers. Normally you need a spring compressor to take them off, otherwise they shoot like massive. But somehow didn't, and I think it's because someone cut these springs of the car and that's why it was low in front. But as you can see, 160 k's in the car. Original VW mounts. It's fucked. Look at it. Get that, the new ones, go. Look at it. That gap's not supposed to be there. I'm going to show you now shortly how the new ones would look. The bearing's still okay though. Give you a slight comparison. as you can see, flat, lifted. Alright. So we're gonna put this on the coilies, play it safe. We just needed the nuts, so that's why we stripped it. This is a new shock like I showed you in the unboxing. We kind of made a bit of a oopsie. We didn't need to take the shock mount off for the nut because the actual coilie has a nut on. So wow, what a waste of time, but you live and you learn. We loosen it. I'm gonna leave it at this height that it is now. I'll show you. Yeah, at that height, I'm gonna leave it at that. And then we can adjust it once it's on the car. But for now, I'm just gonna put the top shock mount on, tighten it up, make sure it is tight, and then put it back in the car. We installed the front. We didn't really video it because you know what, we videoed removing it, so there was no real point. So this is where we're sitting at on the passenger side. The passenger side normally tends to sit lower than the driver's side, so we matched the two. I knew it was going to sit lower on the driver's side, but obviously we needed to adjust it afterwards. Let me give you at this angle, and then this is where we're sitting at on the driver's side. That's probably the lowest we can go, because I looked at the driver's side shaft and it's literally a centimeter away from the chassis. So it's either going to need a chassis notch or I'm going to have to make it higher. But we will decide once we drive the car. I'm happy with this height. For the daily, I'm extremely happy with this height. But let's just do the backs. We're going to do the backs now. We removed the rear shocks. It was a bit of a misunderstanding, I would say, with the shocks. The shocks wasn't playing along with us, and I don't think we were on the same mindset as the shocks, but they out. I'll show you. So it's just one bolt, one nut, and then it's out. That's the bushes. The bushes just lay like this. One goes here like that, and then this one goes here inside the car, and this goes on top. That's all out holes. There's no tension. You don't have to make it loose or anything funny. Out of the box. Oh. This is how low it came. And I'm gonna be out of the box and I'm gonna leave that shit just as it is. We can just adjust it afterwards, but this nut needs to go, push it down as per the originalo. You see how far it is? We need to get it down there. Kind of a mission because I don't have a 16 socket and you need to hold it here and then adjust it, so I have to do it manually with, oh, where's my baby? With a little baby socket. And this is the outcome. Travis is just putting the cap on. That's the outcome. It's not gonna work. Only because the fronts cannot go lower. The front's drive shaft is a finger away from the chassis, and without the chassis notch, it's not going to go lower. But I think I want a chassis notch. I didn't ever want it because, you know, I don't ever plan on driving the car super low or being a stance guy. That wasn't the goal of the car. But check that side out. I'm going to show you the other side now. So to get the jack out, I had to put a brick underneath. And with a brick underneath, that's what we're sitting with. That is absolutely beautiful. With a 10 mil spacer.
That's the wheel for me.
I feel you could win Cape Stance. I think with this bad paintwork, you will win a Cape Stance show. Only the fittest. That's what it would be with a 10 mil spacer. And then I did show you guys the front. You can see from here. That's the lowest it's gonna go. So the goal is now to lift the rear. I'm not sure about how much, but we're going to lift it because it's not gonna work. Tell me in the comments what you think of this.
Yes, please.
So guys, as you saw in the previous clips, we have finished to install the coilovers. There was just one thing that was bothering me. I wasn't happy with. But I couldn't figure it out in my brain. It was just, I just couldn't figure out why it was like this. I did some research. I took a break last night and I went to go sleep. And today, fresh day, I had a second look at it. And if you look, this is my problem. So this is a rear shock mount, right? It's literally loose, but this cannot go down anymore. So I stripped this one, and the internet is saying that this flat nut should be here and this nut should be there. I don't think that's correct as well. I think if I put this down completely and I flip the washer this way, I should be where I need to be. So I'm gonna try it out this way quick and then see how what happens. Okay, that seems like it did the trick. Solid. Yeah. So I'm just going to make sure all bolts are tight, all wheel nuts, all the shock mounts, all the ones accessible. I know the ones under the car. I checked, Travis checked, I checked. So those are all 100% torqued. But I'm just gonna be sure of the ones that are easily accessed, like wheel bolts and things. Okay, so I'm sure you guys saw in the previous clips, we have completed the install of the coilovers. As it was here, right, I never changed it. I haven't driven the car much. Just I didn't have a need to drive it, and I knew the car should become a little bit higher and it needs to go for wheel alignment. So I just want to share my thoughts on the coilovers and the make and the height that it's at and just the whole install and how the car is now driving and how it feels and things like that. But let me show you guys firstly how the car looks. Yeah, so that's the height of the car. I like it. I like the height. I do really like how it looks at this height, but it's just not practical. I do quite a bit of driving with this car and it's just, I wouldn't say unbearable, but it's not what I was going for. Like I said, I'm not really a stance guy. I do like a car looking good, but I'm not willing to sacrifice ride quality for any form of stance or look. I'm gonna get into the car. I'm gonna give it a test drive and you guys can see exactly what I'm speaking about. But yeah, I like the height, but I'm not a good fan of the ride quality. Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm not a fan of. This road is not very bumpy. You get bumpier roads, but I'm just not a fan of the hopping. I'm not at all a fan of the hopping. Like, I would like a car to be a driver's car and not a looker's car, if you get what I mean. So I will be hiring the car. Look, it's the smallest bump in the road and I'm shitting my pants. I just don't like it. Yeah, but so things. Yeah, so my thoughts on the coilovers. Look, it's a decent coilover. Driven in a car where it's not as low and it drives pretty decent. It is a bit stiff when it's higher, but I prefer it being stiff. I've driven Lorenzo's Mark II with it in, which is not as low because he has semis on or bigger tire, and it was good. That's the reason why I went for it. So I feel that I didn't make a bad decision, but I think I do need to make a few adjustments. And then on the car itself, where we at right now, the wheels, I think I will be selling the wheels shortly, maybe in the next couple of days. So when I do remove the wheels to lift the car up, the wheels will be sold. Only reason because I had this idea in my mind to staunch a car for a while, up until finances allows for a motor build, but things changed a little bit, and I don't think stancing the car, spraying the car, making it look good is going to come anytime soon. So I'm kind of wanting to build a car for the driver's car, and so I think the wheels need to go, because number one, the tires is a no-no. I feel everything on the road. The car doesn't feel very, it feels planted, but I don't feel that there's sufficient grip or tire on the road itself, and I don't like that. It would have been cool if my plan and goal was staying the same, but it's changing. Because it's changing, I need to make some other changes as well. There's a lot coming for the car, but you guys are just gonna have to wait and see. But for this one, I hope you guys like this. I tried to get as much as possible in for the coilover install. It wasn't meant to be a DIY, only because there's so many on YouTube and on the internet. So it was just meant to be my experience installing the coilovers. But until the next one, enjoy some cinematics first, and then I'll catch you guys in the next one. And yeah, I'd highly appreciate it if any of you could subscribe, comments on each video helps me a big difference in YouTube's algorithm and things like that. So one comment, even is just like, hey, comment. But I'll catch you guys in the next one.